Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Now, somebody brought to my attention on the live, and I appreciate that. And y'all able to DM me on Instagram. If I don't follow you, I really only follow my clients and stuff like that. People I've worked with or met at events or coached or something like that. So if because typically on a coaching call, if we have to review the Instagram, I'll follow my clients back. And so if I don't follow you, you should be able to still send me a DM and it'll go to the request. And I'll see it. And y'all keep me posted when especially relationship stuff happen. Somebody brought it to my attention on the live about the officer Tommy Norman. And I remember seeing him years ago going viral for his work in the community. And it was in the midst of all of the police shootings, police killing unarmed black men and women. And that was very refreshing to see him on there. And now they're saying he's being arrested for domestic violence. And the thing about it is, when it comes to that domestic violence, it's like he could be completely guilty or he could be completely innocent. It's so many nuances to that stuff to where you really have to wait until all the information is out. Y'all got to forgive me, I'm driving home from the office, so it's dark at night and I am blind, so you can't see me. And to God be the glory. Give me some DEI. And so with this here, a lot of times there's some tumultuousness, some turmoil, some tumultuosity in these relationships, and people don't know how to communicate together. And a lot of times there is jealousy in relationships. When a man or a woman is an influencer, it could go two ways. Sometimes the influencer becomes condescending and rude and degrading to their partner, and then sometimes the partner becomes jealous and rude and manipulative to their influencer partner. So it can go both ways, and then sometimes they feed off each other. In this case here, me being an influencer, me being a man, me being a quote-unquote good man, one thing I will say is when you are being praised in one area, you are being tested in another. So I do not believe that he was completely innocent. Completely, fully guilty on his own in this situation, unless the evidence shows that he was. But I do know that you will be tested. And if you're not walking fully with the Lord and all the way locked in with the Lord, you're gonna lose that. And I've been tested and I have failed, and I done came close and failed and came close and failed, and going through different emotional, spiritual tests. And it don't always lead to infidelity or physical violence or anything. It could just lead to a breakdown in your mental. For me, it'll be a breakdown in my mental to where I just feel all the way down, where I want to escape, go to an island and just get a villa and just be in silence for a week or two because of the spiritual warfare or just everything on my shoulders, everything I'm carrying and dealing with. And that happens. And so I say that to say, you're gonna go through. Now, I went to the man page, and he shows a lot of good that he does. And I see it in two ways. One way is kind of like You shouldn't show all the good that you do. Give alms in secret and let God reward you publicly. But on the other way, sometimes us showing the good or some of the good that we does could create a ripple effect so that other people will try to emulate. So now me going to his page and seeing what he's doing, I'm like, you know what? I could do that through my foundation and have a girls program to where not that I am working with the girls, but that I am taking supplies and clothes and things to the girls' shelters and dropping it off, to them. And could even have a sit-down roundtable discussion and answer their questions from a fatherly, brotherly, male perspective. And so seeing what he's doing. But I saw somebody in the comments on that last post about saying, please leave his children out of it. The guy commented and said, I seen some police complaints against you. You fooled us all. And somebody was like, where is this complaint? I haven't seen it. And the person said, TikTok. A lady posted the handwritten complaint or something like that. And so I'm like, man. So my wife loved TikTok, so I just sent her the screenshot to see if she could help me find that video on TikTok, because I want to look into it. And it'll be so sad if any of the allegations and stuff is true. It'll be so sad. And I never hope for that, never wish that. Really do not like that, because we need as many good men in society as beacons as we could get, man. I do not want to see no man fail. Like, I really hate what happened to Shannon Sharp, and these other guys. And not like what happened, I wish they would have had the strength to not even fall into the stuff, to not even do the stuff, the P. Diddy or whatever, and all of that. And I just seen a video, which I don't think was AI, of a white man at a podium talking about that that Trump sent Epstein 4,200 wires that total $1.1 billion. And I don't understand what I just looking at. I mean, he could have bought something from him, but what could you be buying for $1.1 billion? What is going on? Like, is this real? Somebody do some Google search on that and put what you find in the comments. Is that AI? That's deep fake? And don't do it from your perspective of you love Trump. I want to see if somebody reported on that. But we seeing men go through stuff. And I have to always, that's why I watch this stuff and I speak on it, because it adds more accountability for me. Because you have to be kind of like a sick narcissist, like Derrick Jackson, to talk about love and relationships every day and then go out and commit the very act you are accusing and bashing other men for doing. So that's why I speak on this stuff, because it holds me accountable. If I was just mom on it and hush and quiet and gag order, then that give me room to go and do it and hope that I don't get caught. But when I speak on it, it pushes me higher up the mountain so that I'm climbing, so that if I was to fall, my social death would be more imminent. So I do that intentionally, because it makes it harder for me to cheat on my wife. It makes it harder for me to beat on my wife. It makes it harder for me to get beside myself and act out of character. And I almost explained one time, sometimes my wife be on my Instagram and she be liking posts. And I'm like, baby, somebody might think that's me liking the post. Or she'll have my phone and she might like a post. I'm like, baby, that's me right there. You just like the post. One time I gave her my phone, gossiping, showing her this woman. She followed the woman. And I was only following my wife. And it was back when Instagram used to show everybody who follow you what you doing. Used to show your business. Tony Gaskins followed such and such. I said, oh my goodness. I followed the lady. My wife followed the lady that I was gossiping to her about. And I seen it. She had my phone and I seen it. I said, see, this is the foolishness right here. This right here. Not literally foolishness now, y'all. Don't take it the wrong way. I'm like, but meaning this is the stuff I'm going through. Here I am being a good man and letting my woman hold my Instagram, look through my Instagram. Like she could read my DMs, do anything she want to do, and she take and follow this woman because she was talking and holding my phone and not paying attention. And she took and rested her thumb on the follow button. Followed the lady. I almost jumped out my skin. I had to go unfollow the lady. And I lost 1,000 followers immediately because it made me look like a fraud. Like, why are you following this half-naked woman, Tony? Or this, this she wasn't half-naked, but it was like a sex symbol. And she was dating a celebrity. And you knew it was like one of them fake relationships. And I was coaching the celebrity ex. And here I am, talking to my wife, asking her if she know this lady. And I can't go into details with my wife about stuff just because, although she say she'll have immunity if I ever had to, go to prison or something. Not like she wouldn't have to testify against me, but I just out of client confidentiality. And to God be the glory, I had a type of wife to where she never even asked me. She don't even ask me like, well, who did you coach today and what was it about? Which she could do that and make it a soap opera, but she don't. Like, she's just so nonchalant, so chill. And so that right there happened. And so I have to even be careful with that because it could be women. She on their page and she's an admin on my Instagram. And so sometimes she be on my page. She'll be on TG3 page, Tatum page. TG3 is our oldest son. And she'll be watching somebody's stuff and will end up liking the post from that other page. And then she'll realize it later. Like, oh man, I was on such and such page. I was on this page. I was on this page. I was on this page, that page. And it's like, what were you doing, baby? What the world? Talking about. So that's what it be. And so I have to watch out for that. And I'm gonna tell you, like right now, I've been doing videos on YouTube. On Instagram a little bit. And the women that's following me and liking my posts is looking more and more beautiful. And Instagram shows me. Oh, here goes some of my wife's jewelry out here. Like, my goodness, what's going on, man? And it takes and shows me. And I told y'all this before. I say this ain't nothing but the devil, because it'll show the woman by herself. Like it'll show, such and such, and X amount of thousand others or hundreds of others like this post, and then it'll show just one line by itself. Bumblebee triple X like your post. And it's like, really? Why y'all put her by herself? Knowing I'm nosy and I'm finna click and see who y'all talk about. So I say that ain't nothing but a test. Ain't nothing but a test. But hey, God bless you. I made it home. My wife made dinner. Living my best life. Go on ahead and get me something to eat. God bless y'all. We'll talk soon. Oh, I thought I had something with a light on. I wonder how I'm gonna live.